Where are you from?
Plano, Texas.
What was your first break?
I don't know if this counts as a break, but in Texas I did a Radio Shack, like, in-store commercial. I thought it was the best thing ever. I had to pretend I didn't like Brussels sprouts, but I had never had them at the time, and I bit into it and actually liked it. So then I was like, oh, I can act. So I made a bad face.
What have you been in?
Probably the only thing anyone's actually seen is a TV show called Glee.
How do you feel about this career?
I like it while I'm employed. It's a little unnerving when I'm not, but I think that makes you work harder, so it's not so bad.
How did you decide to become an actor?
I don't feel like I ever really decided. I did it because I liked it, and then someone hired me, and then I got hired again. I was like, maybe I should keep doing this until people stop hiring, which is how I still feel.
How would you describe your type or specialty?
Oh, my type? In terms of what?
Movies.
Acting. I guess I always geared towards, it's easy to be the weird, quirky one. I guess comedies where I generally what I go towards, but I try to not always do that.
Who's your favorite actor who you look up to?
Ooh, there's so many. I'm going to say I enjoy watching Kate Blanchett more than anybody else, I think. I would watch her. She could play men, she can play women, just whatever she feels like doing. I will watch it.
What would your ideal job be?
My ideal job. So many options. I really like music. I really like touring. I guess my ideal job would be able to. Someone like Bruce Springsteen or somebody who can just pick up and go on tour whenever they feel like, and hundreds of thousands of people will show up to their shows still, even if they don't put out any music every single year. I think that's a pretty great job. If you can count that as a job.
Do you consider yourself to be lucky?
Very. Yeah, I think I'm very lucky. I think I realize how lucky I am because a lot of people want to do what I do and are much more capable than I actually am, but I happen to be in the right place at the right time. So.
What advantages do you have?
Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty self-deprecating, so I probably don't think I have any advantages. I think I've been around a while. I feel like I've had a couple different lifetimes in terms of what I've done. I did music first, so I learned a lot. I learned the bad side of things, which I think helped in terms of when I actually got Glee and became more successful. I knew what to watch out for. So I think maybe that's an advantage.
Why didn't you continue with music?
Because Glee happened, and luckily, Glee had music in it. So I was in a boy band before Glee, and I got to see the numbers going in an opposite direction, where we didn't do so well. And then Glee happened, and I got to see the best part of the music business.
Would you rather have a car or a diploma?
Car. But I'm really not a car person, it's just that, yeah, I'll say car.
How do you feel about globalization?
I feel good about it. I feel good. I think the more people from different parts of the world that can communicate with other people from other parts of the world, the better. I think it's the best way of learning.
What do you think about the amount of stuff people buy?
I was about to say an answer that I didn't agree with. I had to stop myself. I think everything in... such a cliche. I was going to say everything in moderation. But I agree with it.
Would you rather live the American way or be a socialist?
I've traveled a lot. And while I disagree with a lot of American things, I suppose, I also think I'm very lucky to have been born and raised here. So I guess I'll say the American way, but I'm not so opposed to trying the socialist way.
What does the American way mean to you?
To me, it means you have basic things that when you go other places you might not have in terms of opportunity, running water, good internet, access to food, good food, different types of food, and being able to pursue what you want to do in a pretty stable environment.
What does the future look like to you?
It looks like a big swirl of the unknown, because I have no idea. I feel like doing what I do, you're living in a constant state of flux. And so the future, as in even tomorrow, I have no idea what I'm doing. So it just looks like a big old jumbled mess.
How do you feel about having children?
I don't know. I think about that almost every single day. I feel better about it now than I did 5 years ago. I'll say that.
Can you tell me what conflicts or challenges the world is facing today?
Where do I begin? I think the biggest... that's not the biggest. I would like to say that we, as Americans, at least, maybe butt in a little too much with the rest of the world, which in then creates other problems that we then come in and act like we didn't create in the first place. Maybe that's one of the things.
What's your favorite way to communicate?
Ooh, is it bad if I say texting? But it's also the worst, because things can just get misconstrued extremely easily. So, but it's also great because nothing's better than an emoji. Sometimes emojis sum things up better than words.
How do you feel about the creative scene in Los Angeles?
I think it's good. I feel like it's the environment is healthy and people really support it, especially coming from Texas, where that's not always the case. It's really nice that that the arts and creativity is supported in such a big way. I'm all about it. I think it is great.
What are your favorite books, film, or music right now?
I might have read almost every single YA novel series. It's a guilty pleasure. I love them. I love things about the end of the world and life after it and that kind of thing. So I'm all about that sci-fi-ish genre. Like tonight, I'm going to go home and watch How to Get Away with Murder. Also a guilty pleasure. Because I just love it. Watching my stories. I feel like that's the definition of watching stories, is How to Get Away with Murder. Music right now. It's I feel like I really like this band called Years and Years. They're kind of new, but they're starting to get bigger, and I think they'll be quite big by the end of 2015.
All right.